of collections. Like I said, you might be conducting research on different aspects of different topics, and these topics they might have different publications. So if you organize your things maybe based on the collections, maybe paper one or research one, research topic two, then put all the papers accordingly. It will help you understand uh, it will help you understand the how to build the collections easy. So, like I said, this is more of practical, and this one, the slide I'm just showing us, so we can refresh our mind and we see what we expect in the practical when we are working through the Mendeley application from the installation. So there are so many. There's like all this collection. I've already explained a lot about it. So we see it. Then the metadata, like I said, there are some information. Sometimes when you populate your library, especially when you are adding the document manually, there are some metadata information that might got missing, and you have to update it manually. Especially sometimes you may upload a paper, so you may add the author's name manually, or you can add some tags, you understand, some, or maybe the files have not been uploaded, you can upload the file, or maybe the abstract was not extracted from the paper, you can do all those things manually. So these are some of the metadata information. And in the metadata information, we have what we call annotations. Like I said, you can, if the document is available, you can be reading the document while adding or highlighting and adding some annotations, some captions based on your reading of the document. And there's also another tab, we call it notebook. This is where you can add some general note about not only about a particular document. Mostly annotations is based on the document, but the notebook is based on maybe general research you are conducting, so that you keep track of. Yeah. So it is as easy as that, and when we come to the practical, we see how. And again, with Mendeley Manager, is easily, you can easily search for a particular publication that you already have in your library. You can do that by searching either the based on the title, based on the authors, and there are so many ways you can sort your libraries. Maybe based on the publication year, based on the name of the authors, and among others. Yeah. So this is how to search, and this is how the interface looks like, especially when you search uh, your library on the Mendeley Reference Manager. Then uh, this is an example of how we read and annotate a particular document. For example, this document is available on the Mendeley Reference Manager. That was why we were able to highlight this particular place, or this place with green. And these are some of the annotations we attach to each, you understand, to each highlight, or to each section of the document we highlighted. We see all those things in the practical aspect as well, but this is just like a snapshot of a screenshot of what you should see in the Mendeley desktop application, especially when you are annotating a particular document. So after we understand how we organize, build our library, next thing we are going to see how we can cite. We can, like I said, we are going to be using the plugin install Mendeley Search Microsoft Word, because most of our thesis, I believe most of us, we write our thesis or write up in Microsoft Word first before migrating into any other writing tools. Then using my Mendeley site for generating an in-text, this especially this is a feature that normally works on, especially on the latest version of Mendeley. But unfortunately, I told you we are going to be using a little bit older version, so that that will be compatible with the kind of Microsoft Office suite we use, which is mostly a free version of Microsoft Office. Then we see how we can insert our own bibliography, and how we find a citation and cite a particular document. Then another feature we discuss, or I highlight in the beginning, is about collaborative work. I said we can create a group, and based on a particular research we are conducting, then put in some document and share with some other researchers, and we can work together. Uh, what is it called? We can work together without one disrupting other, or without us being in the same place at the same time. So this actually enhance what is called research productivity, and it makes things easier, especially for researchers. So this yeah, the Mendeley app has a lot of. We also have some. It has on some support and customer care services, where maybe in case you have issues with a particular any technical issues, that you can always contact them, and they will put you through on how to do things, in case maybe you face some challenges in the future. So actually that is all about the my short presentation from the slide. So now we are going back to where we should supposed to start our practical, and our practical should start from installing the Mendeley application. Please, I would like to know that since the link has been already shared to you in the group, do you all have the Mendeley application downloaded in your computers? Hello? Do we have the Mendeley application downloaded in our computers? Okay. Okay. So which means, since I believe, since you have uh, since you have been we shared the link with you, I believe most of you should have it. And uh, in case you don't have it, we are going to see how we can. Like I said, this is an older version. So if I click on this now, it will take me to a Mendeley application, and this is the version that is recommended for our system, and that I can recommend for you. So if you are using other what is it called, other operating system like Ubuntu, Linux, or Mac operating system, it will be there under recommended. So all we need to do is click on this application, then it will start downloading. You understand? I have already downloaded this application. So what I'm going to do next is install the application. When you download the application successfully, we are rushing a little bit because of the timing. When we you have the application downloaded in your file, since the link has already been shared with you, I believe you all have this file. So what you do next is you just double click on the application. Then when you double click on the application, it will pop up with this tax pen. Then what you need to do is click on next and agree. Then make sure you select the right location where you want to be saving. You want to save that tool. So you click on next. You can create a shortcut, or if you like, if you don't like, you can say do not create any shortcut on the desktop. This is like a kind of desktop shortcut on your window, in case maybe you want to quickly be accessing the desktop application. So let's say I don't like the shortcut, then I click install. The installation might take some seconds. I supposed to have installed it on my computer, but I see that since it's more of a practical things, let's do it together. You understand? So that in case you have any issues, you can easily draft your question and ask maybe at the end of the practical. So now you can see it doesn't take much time to install, and it has already been installed. So what I will do is I will click on next, or finish rather. So now that okay, so now that we have installed the application, you can see it already logged me in. You understand? So but since we just finished like a first session, which is like more of an overview of what we are going to do and what we should expect in the practical aspect. Before we start the practical aspect, please, I was told maybe some people would like to take a short break. So let's give ourselves 5 minutes. So this is 10:42, and in the next 5 minutes, 10:47, we continue where we stop. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you, sir. Uh, I hope you can see my screen. From my screen, you see when once you install the application, this is exactly what you are going to see. Then down here, there are places where you register, especially if you are a new user. When you click on that register icon, it will take you to this page, this Mendeley page. And in this Mendeley page, this is where you are going to create an account. You understand? So like here is because I already have an account. They are asking me to sign in. So I don't want to sign in. I want to create another account. So you can say try another account, for example. Uh, oh, sorry, I don't know. It's because maybe I've created account. I have account with these two applications. Uh, Please kindly try and click on the register link and create account with your email. Okay. So all you need to do once you click on this one, enter. You can create a password that you want, then click on sign in. If you have not registered, it will tell you to register again. If not, then you will have to register. But for me, I already have an account. So what I'm going to do here is I will come back to the Mendeley desktop application. Then I type in my email address, then my login credentials. You may say stay join sign in so that in case next time you log out, it will automatically log you in again. So once you install the application, I hope you are all with me. Sometimes you'll be seeing all this information popping up that there's an update. Mind you, if you update it, it will take you to the latest version of Mendeley we have, and you may likely not be able to use it in Microsoft Word, especially if you are not using the premium version of Microsoft Office Suite. So when you install the reference manager, it will pop up with this, normally, especially for the first time, it will pop up this information that, okay, once if you want to use this desktop application, especially for citation in Microsoft Word, which we are going to do, once number one, you have to have the reference manager installed, which is the desktop application we just sent in. So you can see here it already ticked that this application has been installed. Then here is asking you if you want to import document from other sources. That is not what we want. Then another thing is you can install Microsoft citation plugin. You understand? This is one way, especially when you install it for the first time. You click on install Microsoft Word Office, and you see how easy it is. It is not that heavy. Now it says install, which means it has already been installed. So next you close. When you close, it will give you some hint on how to import document, storage. You understand how to, the help button and other things. Then, in case maybe you mistakenly close that box and you are wondering how you will be able to install the application, all you need to do is come back here. We have some menus: file, edit, view, and tools. Then click on that tools. We have install Microsoft Office. That is if you have not installed Microsoft. But for me, I've already installed it. That is why it's asking me to uninstall the MS Word plugin. So if you have not installed it, please kindly install MS Word plugin. So remember, now that we have created and our desktop application, a Mendeley reference manager. Here are some of the looks of the reference manager. Here are some of the papers. Here, when I click on all document, I will see all the files I have been using, all the papers I have downloaded so far in my Mendeley library. Then here, when I click on recently added, these are the 4 papers I recently added into this file. Then recently read, and these are the papers I read recently on my Mendeley desktop application. Then you can also select some particular papers that are your favorite. You know, there are some papers that, especially when you are conducting research, and your research actually align very well with that particular paper. Or for those of us that are doing thesis, sometimes you always want to have a baseline paper, maybe a particular paper that you want to address some of the limitations mentioned in that paper. So which means the paper is going to be your baseline paper, which you are going to compare your own work performance with that particular paper. So you can put such kind of papers in your favorite papers for easy access, because definitely you will be going back to that paper time so many times, you understand, to get some things. Then down here you can see we have maybe some papers that need if you need some to review some papers, then you can also put your own personal publication, so that in case you want to check your publications, you don't have to be searching maybe by the title. It's possible, maybe especially for long time researchers who have a lot of papers already published. It is difficult for them sometimes to remember papers they published maybe 5 or 6 years back. But if you have all your papers in under my publication, is you can easily track the paper and use it, especially when you want to cite it maybe somewhere relevant to that paper. Then here, remember in the latest version, when I was showing you the overview of the Mendeley Reference Manager, in the latest version, after this library arrangement, we have what we call collection. You understand? But in this older version, the collection comes under the library. It's like the Mendeley, it comes under the library, my library. And all these files are some papers I did, you understand? Which means I did some papers about accessibility. This is another person paper, you understand? So you can see how I organized the library based on what is it called, based on the publication or based on the research conducted. And this is another paper about compatibility issues. Then dark patterns, developer turnout, display issues, DNA research, then and several other papers we use. Then uh, suppose maybe you don't have all